Good morning, everyone. I'm going to take you through a little part of my morning routine that I've been developing a bit more over the last few months to be more intentional, help me wake up more, and that starts with coffee. I'll be talking a little bit more about why coffee in particular a little bit later as this brews, but this is a French press, and you can find all sorts of tutorials on YouTube about how to do French press, a really good way to get a good cup of coffee out of it. This is going to be, I'm not doing a tutorial on French press, I'm just going to kind of show you what I do and talk you through what this is for. So again, this is a physical thing, but it's for the mind. So the first thing is I'm going to get some water, and I'm just looking for a regular cup, about 350 grams. Okay, so right about there, get that heating up. And then for the coffee, I like a bit more of a stronger flavor in kind of all the coffees that I drink. So typically it's like a 12-to-1 ratio. For 350 grams, I'll do usually like 35 grams of actual coffee, and I like to grind it. So again, I'm doing a little bit of math in the morning. It's very basic math, but it is something to kind of just get the neurons a little bit more woken up. So we'll get what we need here. Package that up. And while I'm waiting for the water to heat up, I'll talk about why I have coffee as part of almost my daily routine. Now, I'll usually only do 1 cup max for the entire day. Anything more than that, I start getting like jittery. But I use coffee in the morning as a moving meditation, number one, and number two, mornings are difficult for me. I know they're very difficult for a lot of folks. I envy, truly, the people who can just wake up and they're like, I'm ready to go. It takes me 1, 2, sometimes 3 hours to get the engine moving, so I've been trying to find ways to cut down on that time in the morning. And one of those is coffee, and yeah, I'm using a mood and mind-altering substance here, but for a reason. Modest use of it helps me kind of power through even my most groggiest mornings when I really don't want to get out of bed. This is just something that I use because it works for me. And I used to have a coffee maker, but the water's good. But that didn't that offloaded, outsourced, if you will, the work it took to actually make coffee. So I would just brew a whole bunch, down what I felt like, and not really consider all the different pieces. It also required no thought. Just throw the grinds in the coffee maker, press a button, walk away. Come back whenever you're ready. This requires a little bit more attention. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of getting the glass actually ready with some hot water. And now I'm going to grind these so they're nice and fresh. It's going to be a little loud. And I'll toss the grinds in here, trying to keep them nice and even. And the next step is one that is kind of, it depends on who you're listening to or what you like, but just kind of cut down on some of the acidity, what's called the bloom. And I'll just cover the top of the grinds. And that's for about 30 seconds. It releases, I don't know the technical terms behind why, but it just makes for a better, smoother cup of coffee, at least to my taste. So that for about 30 seconds, and you can already see I'm doing work here in the morning that is very, very easy. This is not very complicated to do, but it is a step up from using a coffee maker and pressing a button. So I'm engaging my mind a little bit more, getting my body used to doing some stuff, and it's a very low-risk activity. This is nothing that is difficult to do when you get down to it, but it does take some attention to do it right. That's why we're measuring, getting the amount of water right, waiting, doing that. All these little pieces build up to each other for ultimately awareness of a better cup of coffee. So here, I'm going to pour this fully. And I'll put my stopper on, keep all the heat in there, and then 4 minutes. And typically I stay in the kitchen and I think about whatever I want to think about. This is kind of a nice little time for me as this is brewing and the coffee is actually getting extracted from the bean and it's going to make a very flavorful cup of coffee. I can just kind of think, and usually I'm like, oh, what am I going to do today? This is where I kind of can let my mind wander. I've been focused, and now I can let my mind wander, and then I get practice refocusing when it's time to strain out the coffee grinds and pour my cup. But this is, again, if you don't like coffee, don't do this, right? I happen to like it. I will drink coffee in the morning, but I will go months and months without any type of, say, alcoholic beverage. I might do 1, maybe 2 beers every 4 or 5 months, especially if it's been a difficult day. In particular because, yeah, I'm a depressive and alcohol depresses you. And so I'm not going to add that into a part of my daily, weekly, or monthly living. Coffee, on the other hand, can be a problem for me. I'm naturally anxious, so what do I got going on there? Well, this is, again, has helped me be smoother in how I wake up and maintain my energy throughout the entire day. So the cool thing with this is that by being intentional about having something to do in the morning, number one, but also something that I can let my mind kind of process very, very simply, it becomes what's known as a moving meditation. And you can do that with anything. You can do that just walking around, and all it is being present with whatever it is that you're doing. So while I'm doing this, I may be speaking to you, but when I'm doing this and not doing a video, I'm just thinking about the cup of coffee I'm brewing. And it's a nice little vacation for the mind for whatever is going on that day or that week or whatever else you have going on in life. And so this has helped me just add something into my morning routine that makes me excited, really, to wake up in the morning. I get to brew my coffee. I don't just push a button. I'm going to go do something. I'm going to see a series of steps, and I'm going to get to an end result that I am satisfied with because of the quality of the work that I put in and the attention that I gave that work. So, I very much enjoyed this. I got about another 2.5 minutes. So, I'm going to make time go fast, and I'll check in with you in a moment. All right, now we're in the future. Time to strain out the delightful coffee. Now this, I have learned something here of not being very forceful when I press on this, because you mix up too much stuff down here. Just be nice and gentle. After 4 minutes or so, nice and easy. Again, we're not rushing things. Another good reason for me to want to wake up early, I got the time to do this. So again, incentivizing having more of a morning routine by something that you enjoy. So I'll have that nice bit of coffee. And let's see how I did here. Smells good. All right. Well, that's part of my morning routine. Hopefully that inspires you to try and find a moving meditation of your own to do whatever it is that you like to do in the morning. Maybe it's just reading or taking a walk around the block or brushing your teeth or ironing. It can be anything. This is mine. I'd like to hear what yours are. Take care.